of a mile to pick up 2 pairs of pants from the cleaners, and to drop off my girlfriend's coat, which needed to be cleaned and have a pocket sewn. The pants cost $10.50. The coat, which I elected to pay for immediately, cost $35. Yowza, I said to the girl at the counter. I think I'll do credit for that. I did credit for a lot of things in those days. It's $23 for the cleaning and $12 for the sewing, she explained. I signed the slip and grabbed my pants and headed for home in the cold and twilight, hood up, jacket zippered. I was walking on the sidewalk that surrounded my apartment complex. To my left, a row of parking spaces, mostly full, kept me company. I passed a fire hydrant and glanced down at my feet. A folded Benjamin Franklin looked back up at me, wearing what seemed a bemused expression on the half of his face I could see. Instantly I knelt and scooped him up. November dusk in Harlem is neither the time nor the place for poor Richard himself. I glanced around. Another Franklin. My heart began to race. Another. And another. I glanced around again. Am I on camera? Am I being punked? No one. I looked into the empty parking space beside the hydrant. A neat wad of folded Franklins, plus a single wrinkled old Andrew Jackson a few feet off. My hands shook as I lifted them. These must be fake. They don't look fake. How is this possible? Botched drug deal? How much money is this? Don't think, put it in your pocket and walk away. I did. My eyes darted up and away from the few faces I passed, a pair of nervous puppies. Nobody looked like they'd lost a fortune. In the elevator I resisted the urge to take it from my pocket and count it, also resisted the urge to glance up at the security camera in the ceiling. My hand shook as I unlocked the front door and went inside. I threw my clean pants over a chair, snatched out the wad of clean $100s with the slightly uneven fold down the middle, and lastly the wrinkled old $1920. $1,920. $1,920. Thank you, God. This is crazy, thank you. Not enough to change my life, but enough to make up for the abysmal commission check I'd gutted out this month. With Christmas coming up, I was legitimately worried I wouldn't be able to pay rent for the first time in my life. I burst into the bathroom where my girlfriend lay naked in the tub, holding a paperback. What? She said. Mysteriously glued to the open doorway, I held out the wad. By the look in her eyes I felt the pain and perplexity that had been etched across my face since the first Franklin had crossed its path. What is that? She asked, squinting. Her eyesight is terrible. I took another step into the room, shoes like molasses, held it out farther and said, $1,920. On the ground. Outside. I looked around, no one was there. Whatever her response was, I failed to notice. Well, this makes more than enough for the rent, takes care of my shitty commission check this month. She laughed. I didn't move. I kinda wanna go back out there to see if there's any more. But what if someone's out there looking for it? Just don't bring it with you, leave it here. I stared off for a moment. Left the bathroom, closed the door behind me, shed my coat. I stood a moment longer, put the money in my pocket, put the coat back on, burst back into the bathroom. I'm going back out there. I'm taking it with me. If the person is out there and asks if I found $1,920, what am I gonna do? Say no? I don't want to be that person. She gave me a strange look and said finally, okay, I'll still be here. Naked. I stared at her body mindlessly. Okay, I'll be back, I blurted. On the way down I began to pray. Act of contrition first, then 2 Our Fathers and a Glory Be. Then a shitload of Hail Marys. Over and over I repeated them. I was back at the fire hydrant. Still no one. I glanced at the foot of the tree a couple feet downwind of the fire hydrant. A single folded Benjamin, we're now on a first-name basis. I snatched him up, now whispering the Hail Mary aloud. I searched thoroughly, glanced at each bit of garbage, even bent and peered into a greasy old bag of Chinese food. But that was all. $2,020. No more money, Sonny. I forced myself to wait. 15 minutes I waited for the rightful owner, all the while trying not to make my prayer seem like I was hoping no one would show. I'm sorry, God, but please, 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 God. I also hoped that if someone did show, that it wouldn't be a drug dealer or someone violently inclined. A half-dozen people walked by, most walking dogs, none looking distraught. I kept praying. A shady-looking fellow ambled by and leaned against the wall a mere 15 feet away. He looked like he was waiting for something or someone. That was all I could bear. At 7:08 p.m., it was fully dark outside and freezing full story on Chanel.